Alright then guys, Happy New Year to you all. And here we go then with the first of a new series of mine called British Basics. And what better way to start a British basic than a pudding? And this is a bread and butter pudding. So for this we need whole milk, double cream, demerara sugar, any dried fruit of your choice. I'm using mixed fruit today. Old bread, golden caster sugar, salted butter, a lemon, 3 eggs plus the yolk of an egg, and either vanilla pod or vanilla extract. I'm using vanilla pod today. Here we go then. And the first step is to get the custard ready. And like I said, I'm using a vanilla pod for this. So I'm going to try and open it. And then scrape out the seeds as well. Here we go. That'll do, because it'll all come out anyway. Okay, we need 250 ml of full fat milk, or whole milk as they call it these days. I think the words full fat have gone out of use. And 300 ml of double cream. This is a 300 ml pot, so that's nice and easy. And what we're going to do now is just heat this until it is almost boiling. We don't want to let it boil. Okay, while we're waiting for that, then we'll get the eggs ready. Let's push that out the way a little bit. Nice Christmas present from my daughter Bryony, thank you very much. So we want 3 eggs and the yolk of an egg. So you know me, I'd like to crack them individually first. The day you don't crack them into something else is the day you'll get a bad egg. And these are large eggs as well. Three. And a yolk. Ooh. This is where the shell didn't break right, isn't it? There we go. That'll do. We'll save that. And into the eggs, going to put 75 grams of golden caster sugar. Or thereabouts. And we'll mix this up. Okay, that's it, just starting to bubble. So off the heat and into the bowl. Oh, smells good already. I'll just give that a good mixing in. Try not to get the eggs to curdle. And just leave the pod in there for now, get a bit more flavour out of it. The reason I've used this particular bowl is because it is, well, you know, ceramic, whatever you want to call it. So it takes the heat away a bit quicker and there's less risk of the eggs scrambling. You could also just wait until the milk had cooled down a little bit before you added it. So. Well, that's it. I'm going to leave that to one side for a bit, cool a bit further, and then we get the bread ready. Okay. We want about 75 grams of mixed fruit. 8 is good enough. Now what I was going to do, if there was lots of dried candy peel in there, I was going to take them out, but there's not too much, so I'll leave it in. I'm just going to lightly butter or grease a bowl. I'll do. Right, and what I've noticed before, quite a lot of people ask me, how many will this feed or what size you're using? So this dish is 21 centimetres by 16, which is 8.5 by 6.5. You get that, Barry? Right there, so we put that to one side, put those to one side. Right, bread. Now this is bread I made 2 days ago now. So what we want is about 8 slices, I'm thinking. And because it's a little bit old, it's very easy to cut. And we want about 8 slices. I reckon this could be the whole loaf gone. I'll make some more. I've just started growing my own wild yeast for sour bread. And the family, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The family's having a competition to name it. Because apparently it's the done thing. 8 may be too many, we'll see. And what I'll do, I'll save the crusts for making breadcrumbs. So, let's do a couple at a time, speed things up. Just take the crusts off. Most of the crust anyway. There we go then. And where's my spatula? I haven't got a spatula, so I'll have to use a knife. And all we're going to do now is butter both sides of the bread. Quite generous. He says, not picking much up. Okay, start building it. So what we're going to do is just layer them in, however you want. Half the bread at a time. Rough and ready, as you can see. And then sprinkle over half of the mixed fruit or sultanas. And we're just zesting about half a lemon or less. Okay, what a mess. And then same again. The way I see it, the more bits you've got sticking up, the crispier it will be. Yeah, I thought this might be too much. I'm not going to put that in. I was going to put that in the centre as a piece, but it's too high already. It's too high already. I reckon that'll do, you know. Leave that bit. Right, I'll wipe my hands. Go. And all we'll do now is rescue the vanilla pod. And we just pour the custard over the top. Right, I'm going to leave that. And in with the rest of the on with the rest of the dried fruit, mixed fruit. Loads of names for this. A bit more lemon. Don't waste the lemon. Okay, I'm going to leave that exactly where it is now for 30 minutes. And then we'll put the oven on and we'll start baking. So I'll put the oven on in maybe about 20 minutes time. Right, let's clear some of this rubbish away. Well, there we are, guys. That's been 30 minutes. And the oven went on about 10 minutes ago. I preheated it to 180, not 160. Because when you put things in the oven, it always cools them down a bit, doesn't it? Sprinkle of demerara over the top. Yeah, a bit more. And I reckon we're done. That's going in the oven now. Ah, a bit more. A bit more. That'll do. Right. Let's get the door open. Okay, 35 minutes at 160. There we are then, 35 minutes, 160. Back in a bit. Ooh, that'll do me, I reckon. That looks absolutely delicious. Right, you know what I've got to do now, don't you? We got to try a bit. Let's try a bit there. Right, only one little bit, because I want to save this. Get in there. Oh, I tell you what. I am so looking forward to eating this. Right, it's cooled down a little bit now. Crunchy. Lovely custard. Oh, that's nice. If you want to pep this recipe up a little bit, what you can do is soak the fruit in brandy or rum for a couple of hours before you use it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one. Look after yourselves out there and take care, and I will be back with more recipes very soon.